health and safety, shall we? Because did you see this? A driver had to get rescued by passers-by. Long story short, I'll get some of this rescue up on the screen, actually, because he drove into a flooded area. As you can see on the screen, the water's gone up there, almost to the top now of the driver's side door. I'm just describing it in case you're listening to us. It's about 4 foot of flood water. Firefighters there, they just stood there basically watching on their radios. They're waiting for specialist assistance because of health and safety. They couldn't go in water that deep. I've got to say, apparently there's signs everywhere saying, don't go into this area, it's flooded and all the rest of it. I don't want to victim blame or anything, but this fellow was a driving instructor. But parking that for a second, a member of the public goes in his waders, opens the door and gets the fella out. And I think to myself, health and safety, surely wouldn't you just sit there, Daniel, and go, look, that fella needs a bit of help, in I go? No?
I feel a bit conflicted about this. It's very easy to say that's what they should do, but it raises the question, what do we expect of people whom we pay a certain wage to in terms of the risks they take to their own lives and the threat to their own families from, going in and doing something? I used to be deputy chairman of TfL, and people would say to me, why don't the bus drivers, get out of their cab and confront the people who are causing mayhem on the lower deck? And I'd say, we don't pay them to do that. We don't pay them to danger money. We don't ask them to take risks with their lives, which it could be if they confront somebody who's armed with a knife. We give them contact, we give them radio contact with the centre, we get them in touch with people straight away, but we don't actually challenge our own employees to put their lives at risk. And we shouldn't be asking people to do that. Now, this is slightly different because you do expect people working, fire people to...
Well, looking, trying to be politically correct.
What are they called nowadays?
Firefighters.
Well, they're not flood fighters, we'll call them. You do expect flood fighters to they will take certain risks as part of their normal work, but
look,
every
you can see the fella, the water was up to his knees.
Sorry?
The water was up to that firefighter's knees. I'm not asking him to go wading neck deep.
Yeah, no, I accept that. And maybe they should have done, but they did know there was a special team on the way that had the equipment.
It was going to take about an hour to get there,
They had some
apparently.
idea of how it was going, and presumably they might have been able to do something if the water had carried on rising, which apparently it didn't.
What do you think, Kevin? So basically, is the answer pay them more and people might risk their lives a little bit more?
I don't want to burst this balloon, Michelle, but my view of this story is we're in danger of, whatever it looks like with the footage you've described, actually... the crews there found the cars, the article said in the Mail, stuck in over 1.2 metres of flood water. They requested additional support. The driver got out of the car themselves, says the emergency services. And I'll always listen first to the emergency services, not a filmmaker who was passing by or the Daily Mail.
Yes, they did say that, but as I've just shown you on the footage, what actually happened was, according to the people that was there, the electrics had failed in the car, so this fellow apparently couldn't get himself out, but they had to double... I am not a mechanic, but there's something that you can do on a car that if you do it twice or something, it overrides the lock and it allows you to open the door from the outside. So then the rescuer, there you go, look, you can see him there, he opens the door. So the guy, that's a member of the public, he does that, he overrides the locking system. I really don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to car mechanics. Yeah. And then he helped the guy out. So yes, physically, what the fire brigade is saying is, yes, you can see the member of public, the driver got himself out of the car, but only on assistance from this member of the public.
Yeah. Look, I think I'd like to wait for a full report from the county fire services there because they were in attendance and there's more to this than meets the eye.
So you can tell that you're a former local councillor. You see all these, let's wait for a public inquiry, let's wait for a report. My eyes, look, I wear glasses and everything, I can see what's going on.
Just the facts, Michelle.